Cause it's like I feel like what was that old? What's that old thing? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's like I feel like I have that two-sided thing. It's just like I have like the Lord that's just like, I'm just trying to like do this art. I'm trying to shine a light on like the good of like life and stuff. And then it's like that cynical side that is just like, I hate you. I hate you. Humans find another reason every day to just irritate me, or just like I'm just like, wow. But it's just, I was just like, damn. I'm just like, I didn't know it could go another level higher. But you raised that bar.
You've
like,
done it.
You've done it. Like, but. Lord without the E.
Literal Lord.
Yeah.
All right, how old are you?
26 and about to be 27 in a month. So
happy
early birthday to me. Thank you.
Okay. So Lord, since you're not here to save us all.
Man, I'm just a regular guy.
Who are you on a soul level?
I would think on a soul level, I'm just like everyday guy, just trying to do the best he can, help his family, help his friends. I'm really big on friendship and just like the relationships that I have, especially within business. So it's just like I'm trying to take it to the next level every day, be better than the person I was every day, and just continue to grow and just stay prayed up, because this world is crazy and every day is just something worse, and you just got to make sure that you tell your people you love them and just do the best you can every day, for real. So.
Okay, so is there anything that's happened in the past or anything that's going on right now that kind of makes you that person that wants to consistently grow or not be like average? And
one, because my name is Lord, bro. You can't be named Lord and be like a hobo, but yeah, that hobo over there named Lord, nah. But like my dad, the earthly one, not the heavenly one, but my dad inspires me. He's like the funniest, he's like that type of old school guy that they used to love to learn and stuff. Like they were like anything, like I was like every day is literally like a learning experience for him. It's like, all right, for instance, 2 weeks ago, now that the drones are like real popular, he just studied for like the last 2 months or whatever to get his pilot's license to start flying those drones, because we have a photography company. Mm-hmm. So now he can do aerial imagery for all types of like real estate and stuff. I'm just like, he learned that off a whim just because he wanted to, and just because it's just like stuff that interests him. I'm just
That's
like,
awesome.
I was like, this man is amazing. Just like, I was just like, and then I always be like, even growing up, I'm just like, damn, like everyone's like, damn, your dad is like so cool. Like he has like hella accolades of like everything. This man has pretty much done like it all. But it's just like, it's like a lot to live up to. So it's just like, I gotta be great in my own sense, because it's like how people meet me. It's like a 50-50. It's like, either they love me, like, oh man, Dad's like, oh man, that's a tough name. Like, yeah, you're gonna be great. You gotta be great, right? Like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be great. Then it's the other half that's just like, you're going to hell, you're a heathen, fuck you, I'm not calling you that. Like,
what?
What's your real name? Like, your parents are heathens. Like I actually had the choice to choose my name. Like, out the womb, I was like, Lord. That's what I want. I want Lord. Instead of Bobby, Billy, anything, I want Lord. Name me Lord.
Like as if you started calling yourself that, like the dude, the Kardashian dude.
Yeah,
Scott.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, Scott, Lord Dizek.
Yeah, he calls himself
Lord.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke too when I first met you, but I think it's cool though. I would never like condemn you to hell for it, but
You know how people are crazy.
Okay.
People hate what they don't understand. That's history has taught us. So.
Very true. All right, so I'm gonna give you 3 categories, and I want you to tell me what means the most to you and what means the least to you.
Okay.
So the first category is love, sex, and relationships. The next category is society, culture, and politics. And the third is spirituality and or religion, because So out of those three categories, what means the most to you?
Okay, so say them all one more time.
Love, sex, relationships, society, culture, politics, spirituality, and or religion.
That's a hard one because it's like a mix between like the first one and the third one, love, sex, or whatever, and then the third one like the religion, spiritual. Not really religious, more spiritual than religious, but
Okay.
spirituality is really important to me as well. So it's a tie between those, the one and the three.
Okay, so tell me why. Tell me some of your thoughts on love, sex, and relationships, and tell me your thoughts on spirituality.
Cause I feel like, not even to be corny, but it's just like everybody's faking like no one wants another person, but it's like that's what we were built for. We were built to love another and just like have that person to just pick you up when you're down, to be like that offsetting person to just like just all around be your partner. So it's just like I feel like that's a big part in people's lives because it's just like I know whenever I have a girlfriend or like at least like blessed to have a good girlfriend right now, I feel blessed and I feel like I'm on my A game. So it's just like I feel like if everyone else is like finds their person, it's just like how bad could your life be? It's like you want that person to be there. Like who wants to be alone?
Right.
What did Drake say? Like who wants to be 70 and like alone or whatever? Like
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
real. So it's just that like love, sex, and relationships are really important. Like they all have its own different like prioritization or whatever, but it's just all really important. And then just like back to the spiritual religion, it's like for me, it's like God, I stay prayed up like at least every day. Like I try to like pray every day. Of course, I'm not perfect and I miss days or whatever, but I always try to like stay prayed up because, like I said, this world is crazy and like I know I'm only here because of the blessings of the Lord. Because like I could have been a totally different person. It's just like a lot of stuff could have went the left real fast, and it's just like I know it was nothing but God. Like somebody was watching out for me that night or something.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like that's really important to me. So like
Okay.
I think that should be in everything for like everybody. Just like I don't know what you believe in or whatever, but just believe in something because at the end of the day, I always say I would rather believe in something like say in the end, like the very end, you die or whatever, and then I would rather believe that there was something there and then it was like and say it wasn't there than to not believe it here and be like damn I should have really like paid attention. I should have listened to these people because this afterlife stuff is real. Like, so it's just like I would rather like it's better to have it and not need it and need it and not have it. So yeah.
Right. For sure. Okay. So what do you think about society, culture, and politics? What are your political views? What do you think about
Society is trash. Like politics are trash. Like I'm just. If I could, I would live on a bubble island by myself. Just like society is trash. But for real though, just society right now is just in a really weird place. I would say because it's just like it's a mix between so much sensitivity, misunderstandings, bigotry, racism. It's just like I don't know. It's just like I hate to be that. You know, like when we were younger, everyone's like, all the old people are like, oh, back in my day, stuff was better. But it's just like it really was. Like back in the early '90s, it was just like niggas was talking to each other, like, and it was just like everything was love. It's like I can't even explain it or put my finger on it, but it was just like a different like vibe. And it's just like now, just like I said, it's like everything is just blown out of proportion. It's a whole bunch of sensitivity. It's just like, and it's pretty much no rules no more. Like there's no more respect, there's no more honor, there's no more codes. It's like everyone is for everyone out here now. So it's really like, and like I said, back to like friendship and stuff, that's shit is like really important to me because it's just like you gotta have a tight circle out here because everyone is literally for everyone out here. So especially now. So it's just like I said, stay prayed up and love the ones that you love because it's like every day is not promised for real. So.
True. Okay. So I'm gonna get you to draw. So I want you to pick colors. Let me slide over here and get these markers. I want you to pick colors that represent you and represent the things that make you happy, represent the things that make you sad, represent your life, like all of that. And then I want you to tell us why you picked the specific colors that you picked.
I'm guessing this is what okay, I picked 4. That's straight.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, and what am I drawing? My bad.
Huh?
What am I drawing?
Whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what colors did you pick and why?
Red, favorite color. Black and gold, second favorite color is for my fraternity. First and defining. Shout out to us, Alpha Alpha. And green, just because lately, I mean, not even lately. I've always liked what's it called? That deep evergreen on like the beef and broccolis or whatever.
Mm.
But just green is just for like recently. Just green has just been more vibrant for me. It's just like growth, symbolizing growth. So
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to do your best to draw whatever comes to your brain while I ask you the rest of these questions. You don't have to worry about finishing or anything, because nobody really ever does. Okay? So first question, what makes you the most upset? Like, what really pisses you off?
people that don't keep it real, cause I'm the type of person, and I know I'm an asshole, but it's just like I would rather hurt your feelings every day of the week with the truth than to like just like be fugazi with like the lie or whatever, and then because like a couple of days later you're gonna be mad at me for lying. It's just like this whole big thing, and I don't got time for that. It's just like lately, if it's not about like money, business, or just like happiness or true things that give me peace, it's just like I don't got time for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I'm understanding shit. I be mad or whatever, but I'm understanding is shit. So it's just like just be straight up and be real, and just like everything be like I'm the type of person, I'm like a fixer. I'm like a problem solver. So it's like whenever you come to me, I'm the type of friend, don't come to me unless you want your problem solved or you want the real like advice. Like I'm gonna hurt your feelings, but I'm gonna give you the real. I'm not that friend like, oh, come here, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, no, I'm like, no, it's not gonna be okay. Like, they keep fucking up. Like, what is your problem? Like you are so much better than this. Like, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So what makes you happy? What excites you more than anything?
Art, honestly. Art, music, just my business. Shout out to Productions, self-plug. But just like I said, every day waking up just like with the mindset to be better, and that brings me happiness because I know it's like I can't explain
drink
it.
your water
What?
by accident.
You did?
Sorry. It's over here.
Yes. But all right.
My bad.
No, you good. But I don't even know what I'm drawing. Actually, you know what? I know what I'm gonna draw. But what was I saying? But it's just like what was your question? My bad. I'm sorry.
What makes you really happy?
Oh yeah, just pretty much like I said, just like the everyday, just getting better, just working on my art every day. And it's that's what I know what I'm gonna say now. It's like it's kind of like in the movies, but it's for real life for me. It's like at a certain point, like a couple of years ago, it's like I put into my mind I'm going to be great. It's like no more just like, oh yeah, like when I make it one day. No, I'm going to make it. But it's just the fact of doing the things to get there right now, and it's just the fact of waiting on it, or it's just the fact of preparing for it. And now it's just like I'm in the mode of I want y'all to, if y'all can see what I see,
Yeah.
like y'all will be like, yo, let me help this nigga, but that pretty much drives me every day.
Okay. What are you most afraid of?
Not being happy in the end, because I would never wanted to live my life with regrets, because you know, like what was I about to say? You know how adults are, like when we were kids, it's just like adults, it was just like that common stigma, just like adults hate their lives, like they hate their jobs, and like I never wanted to be like that person, like the everyday go to your 9 to 5
Right.
that you hate, sit in traffic for about an hour, go to the work 9 to 5, do it, you hate it, have a bad day, sit in traffic for another hour, get home, you're tired and mad. If you got a girl, she mad at cooks you food or whatever, or if you broke, you don't got no food, so now you mad again, so now it's just like a whole process, and you do it every day. So I can understand why people hate their lives. I would hate that shit. But it's just like understanding that once you realize that, it's time to do better. It's like, it's time to like put the steps forward to like, to change your life. like because like who wants to be there for like the rest of their lives?
Exactly.
So it's just all about real self-awareness and realizing your faults and where you need to improve and the things you need to do. And that's another thing. A lot of people ain't willing to put in like the sacrifices or willing to sacrifice for the things that they need or want to be. Because everyone just wants to be complacent. It's just like, and that's another thing. Around me, like, I don't like any type of complacency. Because it's just like, I see, like I told you, I see where I want to go. And it's just like, all the people around me either have a vision of where they want to go, doing what they're trying to do to get there, or like at least have some type of like making an effort. I don't have anyone around me anymore that is just like a bum, I guess, to say, or a hobo or something.
For sure.
But that's another thing. Like people need to like. It's not always about you. Sometimes it's about the people that you hanging around. So it's just you need to always be aware, just like your circle, because your circle is pretty much who you want to become, or a part of who you want to become.
Okay. If you were a facial expression, what would it be?
That'd be that super duper smiley jump, and then that the one, no, and the devil with the purple devil one with like the smiley purple devil one.
Why?
Cause it's like I feel like what was that old thing? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's like I feel like I have that two-sided thing. It's just like I have like the Lord that's just like, you know, I'm just trying to like do this art. I'm trying to like shine a light on like the good of like life and stuff. And then it's like that cynical side that is just like, I hate you. Humans find another reason every day to just irritate me, or just like I'm just like wow. But it's just, I was just like damn. I'm just like I didn't know it could go another level higher. But you raised that bar.
You've
like,
done it.
You've done it. Like, but
okay.
But yeah.
All right. Explain to me what social media is to you.
If I didn't have a business, this art business, I would not have a social media. I would literally be like Jay-Z. Be like, what he said, he was like, if it wasn't for these social media pictures, y'all wouldn't even see me. Because it's just like, man, I just never, like, I used to be really big into social media, like, had thousands of followers, still do, or whatever. But it's just like, I don't be on it personally anymore. Because it's just like, I feel like, it's like I said, it's a societal influencer in a negative way now because everyone is using it in a negative way. It has like the power to be amazing, spread the word quickly, like say if like with everything, quick like way to like save people, like with live people like save like lives with like being on live and just like being there as a witness for something. But it's also like the negative side, so it's just like, and I don't like that. It's just the fact that I'm just like a kind of a private person. And I just be so busy living my life that like I know. And I was talking to one of my friends earlier. I was like, when I get like to a certain level, I'm gonna have to have like a cameraman or something because I'm just like I'm so busy and so in love with just living life and like enjoying the process. It's like I be forgetting to like take that picture at the event that I'm at, or like I forget that I need pictures because like I need to advertise what I do or something because I'm just so busy and wanting and love with doing it. Mm-hmm. So it's just like I'm definitely gonna need like a person to like just take over the social media and all that for me. But that social media, like I said, if I didn't have like a business and all this, I wouldn't have it because I would just rather keep it old school, talk to my people like phone, see you, come out, we meet, link up or whatever, but social media.
Okay. Are you ready for the next question? Since we got.
Is it deep?
I mean,
all
yeah.
These questions.
Ready? What's the most challenging thing you've gone through?
Becoming an alpha. So no, that was top 5. It was not 5. That was probably 3. But
What's number 1?
I'm gonna say, and it sounds so cliche, but just growing up black. growing up with my name being Lord, growing up just being the skinny kid, growing up just understanding that you're different from everybody, but you have to realize that that difference brings you power, and your uniqueness brings you freedom, because you don't want to be like everyone else. You want to be just like who you were made to be, and that's what people need to realize, that they need to embrace their differences instead of shy away from them, because those are the things that are going to make you free.
Yes. I feel that. Okay. Do you have any weird habits?
Weird habits. I don't. This is so basic, but I love it. But I'm so simple. Like whenever I'm doing a design, not always, cause I'm not a fat ass, but I love turkey sandwiches, so I always kind of like make a turkey sandwich before I'm about to do a design.
I mean, it's your thing. Whatever.
I'll say yeah, I guess. But but it's just something about turkey sandwiches. No, there's way more to it, but it's just like through alpha, just through like childhood, I just love turkey sandwiches. But just like
All right,
turkey sandwiches, and yeah, I guess that's.
Is that the only?
I'm trying to think. Like you said weird things.
Yeah, just like any habits that you have. People may have pointed them out to you. Maybe you noticed, like, I always do that, you know.
I'm usually, I guess it's not weird, but it's just kind of weird, but always quoting my favorite artists. So say like a situation came up and I would use like a lyric from a song to equivalent or to go with the conversation of what we are. So say we were talking about
like with Drake.
Yeah, like that. I'm always doing that. So
Yeah,
like say
you did with Jay-Z on Instagram.
or Drake, or like Currency, but like when we smoking or something like that, or something like just like that. I'm always intertwining musical lyrics into like everyday life. So
Okay.
I guess that's weird, but.
What don't you want to tell people but know you should share because it'll help someone else? So what is the like one thing you came in here thinking like, I'm not gonna talk about that? Like you better not ask me about that. Like what is something that you're like terrified to talk about, but if somebody came up to you and just started a conversation about it, you'd be like, oh my god, yes. Like this is it.
Something terrified.
I mean not terrified, but just uncomfortable, just anything that is there anything that just makes you feel like feelings so you don't bring it up?
Honestly, it's that, what you said, feelings. I'm really not that like an emotional person. It may seem like it, but it's just like I know, right? I'm good at what I'm good at. And I try my hardest because like I said, I know and realize and recognize that I'm an asshole at times. But at other times, I was just in my own delusion. Like, I'm just like, hey, like, it's whatever. But now I'm coming to grips, like, you know what? At least I'm honest with y'all. Would you rather me lie? Like, what do you want from me? Like, you want the sugar-coated, like, candy gumdrop lifestyle? Or would you want, like, the real? Like, so and that for me is kind of hard when it translates into personal relationships because it's to the level where I expect a certain standard of things, and when people don't reach that standard, I be in my feelings a bit, and it's like I react. I used to react negatively, but now just like in the past, in the present and in the future, I've been working on just understanding that not everyone thinks like me. Not everyone is going to do it the way that I want them to do it. Not everyone is like, everyone's wired differently, and we all have our differences, and I need to cut people slack. I need to
Good
cut
for
people
you.
slack.
I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
Thank you. I'm recovering.
Oh my god, you're so stupid. Let us see. Do you send important information through text, or would you rather?
I would rather call because
Okay,
I
you
always
gotta
tell
talk to the
people,
person.
because I hate that texting. I sound so old for that, but it's just like now that I'm older, I hate texting. Because I realize, and it's happened to me so many times, so many conversations have been misconstrued or misunderstood to a point of an argument or like a escalation just because, oh, but you texted this, but that's not what I meant. That's not how I meant it. Like, come on. Like, if this was, and once we did hop on the phone, it was literally a 2 second, or not a 2 second, but a quick resolution and not through texting. So I would always tell people to, I know that kind of sounds old, but I would rather you call me.
Yeah. I mean, that's great,
Yeah.
I feel it. Give me 3 words that explain your childhood.
Structured, hazy, and enlightening.
Why hazy?
Maybe it's just because I'm old. I'm getting older now, and
You
I
just
can't
don't
remember. I can't remember. I'm just keeping it real. Like, I can't remember some parts. I'm about to be 27, bro. But yeah, I know I had a good childhood, and I know things could have been better, which is why if I know when I have kids, I know not bad, but it's certain parents, the way you were raised, and then in your mind, I'm not gonna do this to my kid, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just how I know society is formed now, I'm gonna be more open with my kids and talk about the things, so we don't get to these euphoria type levels, cause.
Sometimes I feel like that's inevitable.
Yeah, and I was literally talking to Janae about that today. It was like what she was talking about, nature versus nurture or whatever. But it's just that's a really good argument, because I really wonder, just based off common society things right now, mass shooting. I was talking to my friend about this. How would you feel as the parent of the kid that did the mass shooting? And in your heart of hearts, you're like, I didn't teach little Johnny that. I didn't teach him. I didn't teach you hatred or to go shoot up a school or whatever. But it's where'd you learn that from? But it's and that's why it's fearful for me, because it's just you don't get to. You can't.
You can only do so much.
You can teach them this and hope that they take that into the real world and don't be a psychopath. Because it's just yeah. Yeah, and especially with so many, I said, the social media influences, the societal influences, the world influences, the peer pressure, everything that someone that is in this day and age is dealing with, especially at a young age, is just that's a lot.
Yeah.
And that you really have to cultivate a strong mental to be able to withstand that this day and age as a young person. That's why I want to build that open communication with my kids when I do have kids, because without that, this is going to be a real rocky road. And yeah.
Okay. What's your relationship with money? What do you think about money, and what's your relationship with it?
I think about it often, and because of my dad, I'm better than most with it and understanding the value of it, and that money isn't bad. Money is just a tool, and it's just how you use this tool determines its value. If you use it correctly, be a wise steward over your money, save, invest. Don't blow your money on dumb things that depreciate with value. The baby boy guns and butter analogies or whatever. But I believe this is I have a different understanding than a lot of people around me, because my dad, like I said, accolades and all type, and he's really perfect credit score. This man pays things early, and he's like, Lord, I don't think I've only missed a payment twice in my whole life type situation. And I'm just yeah, and it's just, yeah, it's kind of I had it beat into me, so it's I have no choice. Of course, I'm human, so I make my mistakes, and I'm still learning and growing every day, and just trying to maintain my financial literacy and just maintain that foundation and that discipline, because it is hard. Because things pop up every day. Life happens every day. Car broke down literally 2 weeks ago, $400. But that's if you didn't have that savings, I would be stuck. So It's just little things like that. Just realizing that, damn, he was right. So the saving thing isn't so bad. Like, I shouldn't have just balled out and bought that like $400 tea or something like that. Like, so money to me is important. And just because it's my business, I'm just always thinking of ways to just like flip my money, make more money, make my money work for me, make my people around me in my circle more money so they can make more money. So it's just like it's like a never-ending cycle of just like generational and relationship wealth is my grand scheme and outlook on everything.
Do you think money can buy happiness?
Hell no. Hell no. I've seen it happen. I've seen it not happen too many times to never think the opposite. I don't care how much money you throw at something, that will never change like the outcome. Because you can't take it with you when you die. And you definitely, just because it's like, say if I had a sick relative right now, $1 billion is not curing that incurable disease. And that will never bring you happiness. Just throwing money at it, you may withstand or pause that like inevitable, but it's not gonna like bring you happiness, or it's not gonna like money isn't everything, but it is something to use wisely and in the right way.
So you're allowed to ask me one question. And it can be anything.
If you could change one thing about the world, and it couldn't be something like cliche, like I want to cure world hunger or some shit. If you could change one thing, what would it be and why?
I mean, it's like classism cliche. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with the hunger thing.
Maybe I don't want to take away the stipulation. It could be cliche like world. But
all right, one thing. Onions. It's like, I'm kidding, but no, seriously, though, I hate onions.
Onions are pretty cool. Not that bad.
Not that bad. To see if you can see me.
I can see you.
All right, so I can answer the question and like
Boom.
be.
So, Alana, if you could change anything about the world, what would it be and why?
I mean, I would just have to say classism. Like, I can't say anything else. Like, I just think it's so stupid that there are just people who have trillions of dollars and people who have nothing. I feel like that's where crime comes from. I feel that's where racism comes from, and hate. I feel like if we all had enough bread to own a house, to start our own business, or to like just pay our mortgage and, you know, take care of our families, there wouldn't really be any issue.
So, a wrench in your perfect world theory. If basically kind of like The Incredibles, like I can't remember what the villain said, but if everyone was super, no one would be super. So wouldn't that be against human nature's like jealousy or just a feeling of competition to want to be better?
I mean, maybe we would
defeat that.
Maybe we would start competing on something else, but like I feel like most crime is surrounded, and most like hate is like when people are on social media, they're not looking like, I mean, it's all about money, right? It's like because you're in the south of France and I'm in Maryland. You know what I mean? It's because you're driving my Audi R8 and I'm driving a Nissan Altima. Like, it's because you're in this huge, amazing house and like this person lives with their parents. Like, it's like that. So I feel like if you could get anything that you wanted, even though money doesn't buy happiness, but if all of your material needs were met and then you only had to deal with what they say, like rich people problems, you know what I mean? And people are just like, money isn't the answer, but it like helps. So think about like the problems that they have when they're not like money laundering and stuff, like when they're just normal people that have.
I understand. It's just like, then it's like, all right, I agree with everything you're saying, but in my mind, it's just like life wouldn't be life then, because it would be like life. It would be like cheating the competition
of money.
It would be like the Matrix won't let that happen, because it's just like life wouldn't be life.
All right, let me think of something else. Let me think of something else. I think I would change how I would make it wouldn't be weird to just go up and like talk to strangers.
That is, I would change. I like
Like sometimes,
because you know that is kind of weird.
Because I'm one of those
people look at you weird.
Yeah, like I'm one of those people that if I see a girl and I think she's really pretty, I'll tell her. And some women are very receptive of that, and other women think it's so strange. And they're like, thanks. And I'm just like, okay, like I'm just trying to tell you I like your face, like.
And the one day I could try to go out my way to compliment you, humans, you just find another way.
And then I feel like if a guy, especially in the black community, was to go up to a guy that they didn't know and just start a conversation or say like, hey, like I like your so and so or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, but I would take. But that's what I'm saying. I'm taking away that awkwardness to where when you see people, just because they're not your neighbors, like, hi Frida, how you doing today? You know what I mean? You can literally do that with anyone and just connect with anyone. My dad is that type
of person, like anybody that's walking past him on the street. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, and I think that's so cool. So that's what I would change. Is that better than the money thing?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Okay.
Like that as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now back to you, because I have 2 more questions.
Okay, back to me.
What's missing is the second to last one. What's missing? This is so sloppy. I'm sorry, guys, because we keep switching backgrounds. But you know, we in the beginning stages. We doing the thing.
In the beginning stages, y'all. She gonna get this all in editing. What's missing? And that's wild, because I was literally having these conversations with you tonight. The thing that's missing, I would say, is an extension of what I talked about earlier, just continuing to build that confidence of that universal statement of I don't give a fuck about what anyone else thinks, but still maintain that balance of remaining human and down to earth and not alienating yourself, and just still being able to lend a helping hand, but still understand that your opinion doesn't faze me or take away from my day.
Okay. And last question. I'll give everybody the same scenario.
Scenario.
Okay. A lot of people who aren't from around here are gonna know that.
They're like, what is that?
What is the scenario song? Okay, so all of the power goes out. All electricity. Well,
we in the Stone Ages.
No, not yet, because the phone, the TV, and the computer still work.
Got my Wi-Fi.
But listen, it pops up. It's like PSA, public service announcement, and then it's your face. What are you gonna say?
And then wait. And then what does it say? Like I'm a murderer or something?
No, it's just your like you're on camera. It's just
like
for
PSA, everybody,
and everybody in the world can see only your face. Like it's literally you. You were doing.
Is it live or is just a picture of me?
It's live.
Oh.
It's like you were doing whatever you were doing, and then you look.
And then I'm like brushing my teeth. I'm like, hey yo, like, am I on TV? Like,
what are you gonna say to the world? Like this is your chance to say whatever you wanted to say to the world. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say, I don't care what you believe in. If you can help another person, bro. Stop making life complicated because it's already complicated enough. Simplify your life. Love the people you love. Stay prayed up to whatever God you believe in. If you have a dream, follow the shit. And like I said, be a decent human being. We already have enough fucketry. Like we have enough of it. Like, be a better person. Like.
Yes.
And understand that we are all also human, so we all make mistakes and forgive each other. Never, like I'm the type of person, I will never forget, but I will forgive you. I'm keeping that in my mind. Like I remember you did that back today, but like I'm better at forgiving now. So just and live your life because it's already messed up. So just live it the best way you can and be happy, bro. Just be happy. So.
Thank you for doing this. This was dope.
No problem.
Show everyone what you drew.
Oh yeah. Look at me, Nipsey. And it's me. I drew my name because that was the only thing I could think of while on camera doing. And it's a sun. And it's a rocket. And it's a...
Can you sign it?
Oh yes.
Even though it's your name.
Most def. See, one day this is gonna be worth a couple $1,000. Everybody, take my word for it. And Alana will, where am I going to sign it at? Alana will be the first person to have it.
Sweet.
It's going to be like a Picasso.
That's millions. All right, so I'm gonna get you to say "This is Lord in the flesh," and I'm gonna put it at the end of the video, so you can say it when you're ready. You can say it however you want to.
Shit, like on Disney, like this is Disney. Like I'm in the zone. This is Lord, and I'm in the flesh.
I think I'm gonna use that one.
Okay, bet. Yes. All right, I like it. Authenticity.